What's going on, guys? My name is William Dauria, full-time real estate investor. I quit my 9-to-5 because I bought rental real estate property. I live off the passive income. And on this channel, we show you how to do the same. Today, we're going to talk about BRRRR full cycle. If you have not seen a video like this, everybody knows what the BRRRR strategy is. If you don't, we'll talk about it. But once you get that money back, what's it look like when you actually redeploy that money? Here's an example of one I just did. Let's dive into it.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
Hey guys, for meeting for the very first time, welcome to the channel. On this channel, we're all about real estate investing for passive income and what it takes you to become a successful entrepreneur. In this video, we're gonna go over my very first rental property, and it wasn't even a rental property to begin with. It was actually my first home, but I turned it into a rental property. It turned out to be a great deal. Here are the numbers. Check this out. Okay, so my first property I bought for $160,000. This was my very, very first house. I ended up turning it into a rental. I didn't even buy it with the intention of becoming a rental property, okay? But these are the numbers I want to show you, so hang out. $160,000 was the first purchase of the property. I lived in it for several years. Once I moved out, I did what's called the BRRRR strategy. That's buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. And this is what it looked like, okay? So they came in and they're gonna do an appraisal on this property, okay? And I did some repairs to it, whatever. And the appraisal now, APP for appraisal. Oh, by the way, I was a C student in high school, so if I misspell something or you can't read, because I do kind of write like a chicken, just bear with me because I'm not a good illegible writer, so just hang on, okay? So the APP, which I'm gonna call the appraisal, mainly because I don't know how to spell appraisal. The appraisal was $281,000. The market value on it now is like $325 because of the market right now is crazy in 2021. But a bank did a appraisal at $281. It was a conservative number on their end. I didn't argue with it. So they really came back and put $190,000 ballpark, $190,000 in my pocket. Okay, so you might be saying, cool, that's $190,000 in your pocket. You're in it for $160, and then the appraisal came in at $281, you put $190, and I really put about $30,000 in my pocket, okay? So a lot of times they stop at that and say, this was a great BRRRR deal. And it really was a good BRRRR deal if you stop there, but the point is to keep going, okay? So this is where a lot of videos were to stop, okay? So my payment, because I did this, okay, my payment actually went up by $500. Now, it's very important to understand that not only did my payment go up $500, but I also reset my loan to a fixed 30-year again. I was probably 5 or 6 years into the loan, maybe give or take. So I reset the 25 years remaining to a 30-year again, because in this business, it's not a race to pay off the properties. It is all about cash flow. And by resetting from 25 to 30, it took the new loan, it stretched it back out, therefore letting me only have an additional $500 a month versus an additional possibly $800 a month. Like I said, it's all about cash flow and appreciation, because this property was a great example of appreciation. So my mortgage payment only went up $500 a month, but I have $190,000, or had, because I've already used it, and we're gonna talk about it. So I found a duplex, okay? And the duplex was $155,000. That's my 3-year-old out there, so if you hear him, just bear with me, he's just playing. I do work from home, so this is my office. Duplex was $155,000. Now, we're gonna go through full numbers, okay? So hang tight, because we're gonna actually deep dive this to the very last penny. You're gonna like this, okay? $155,000, which, by the way, gave me an instant equity position, that's supposed to be a Q, of approximately $50,000. So as soon as I took this $190, my payment only went up $500. I immediately bought a duplex for $155,000 because I got such a good deal on it. My instant equity, I earned $50,000 in equity. No, that's not my pocket until I come back around. But this right here, instant equity, is $50,000 because the property is actually worth about $200,000 or so, okay? We're gonna keep going. Okay, so the rents on this property are $900 a side, okay, which is 900 times 900 is $1,800 per month. Now, because I bought it with this money, this duplex is actually paid in full. Not from my money, but from the bank's money. Okay, so I took the $190,000, I bought the duplex, instant equity of $50,000, so I really made $50,000 contributed towards my net worth immediately at signing. It needed no rehab, it even came with tenants. And $900 per side is the rent, not where it is now. I bought it when it's under market rent right now. I'm gonna have to raise the rent, but that's their month-to-month tenants. It's pretty easy to do. $900 side equals $1,800 a month, and you might be saying $1,800 minus $500, that's a great deal. If it were that easy. Okay, so there are some expenses involved with this, okay? And I'm gonna show you exactly why this makes a lot of sense. Okay, so the expenses are insurance, INS, is approximately $100 a month, okay? Also, the property management, since I always recommend and have property management on all of my properties, is, I'm gonna do prop man, okay? Prop management is $108 per month. Also, we're gonna include things like vacancy and repairs, which I do vacancy at $100 a month in my area and repairs at $100 a month in my area as well. So we'll do vacancy and repairs, that is $200 per month. Now, some can argue that it might be a little bit more just because it's the duplex, but we're gonna keep it like that for now because my property management did say that this area is basically 100% occupied at all times, which is good. Nothing's really 100%, but basically once we put it on the market, it's gonna rent out very quickly. It is a decent and up and coming area, which is also good because I would like to duplicate this here again with the appreciation. Okay, so the last one we have is going to be the biggest one, and it's gonna be taxes. Now, taxes here in North Texas are quite a bit higher than most areas of the country, not all, but taxes monthly on this one, all these are monthly here, is going to be $330 per month in taxes, which brings me to a net of $1,062 per month on this paid off property. Now, we do know that we took in some debt up here. So you have to take this net, and I call it net because it's not just the net, but after vacancy, after repairs. So technically this is gonna be higher every month, except for some months are gonna eat into this, and that's why we just account for it to begin with. So you're gonna take your net, 1062 minus your 500, because that's how much your mortgage payment actually went up. So you're gonna do 1062 minus $500 equals $562 in cash flow net per month, okay? So by doing all of this, I acquired another property. I gained $50,000 in equity. I'm making now, after all this is paid, an additional $562 per month. And now this equation can keep going even deeper and better for the investor's favor, because you also have things like rent appreciation, or rent increase, I should say, over time, because rent always naturally goes up, it doesn't go down. And then you're also going to have, in North Texas area, you're going to have appreciation. And appreciation, we're just going to call it 4%, even though my properties went up 15% in the last year. That's not normal, but 4% a year is a very conservative amount for these properties. So 4% of $2,000 is $8,000 per year, and that is on top of this number as well. Really, the IRR, which is called the internal rate of return, really is probably closer to $1,000 per month, but we're not going to deep dive that deep into it. But $562 per month is what you're getting cash money extra per month, on top of all the other benefits like depreciation and such. This video will go on forever at this point. Okay, so we're going to stop here, guys. I hope that this makes sense. This was my very first property. This is how I turned my first property into a rental property. Did the BRRRR strategy. This is how I bought my next duplex. And now I'm going to take this duplex, once I get rent back up where they're supposed to be, do the BRRRR all over again, keep buying more properties, and this is why I want you to stick to the channel. I'm going to show you how I do it, how I buy them, how I renovate them, how I rent them out, and how I refinance and repeat. So I just went to a property about an hour ago, maybe a little bit less. I'm gonna make an offer on it today. This is a different property, and this is just a general idea of appreciation here in North Texas, okay? This property, it's a nice updated property now, okay? It was sold to this guy that I'm buying it from today, hopefully, It was sold for he bought it for $45,000, okay? Right now it's for sale for $125,000, and that is 13 years later. So basically it more than doubled its value in just a span of just over a decade. So appreciation can be a much better cash flow generator in the long term than rent. So always look at good areas that don't have stale appreciation, and that is my tip for this day in this video. Hey guys, thanks for watching and making it so far through. And if you like this content, consider smashing the like button. Share it if you know anybody that can use this information. And don't forget to be a part of the notification squad. Hit that bell. I make several videos per week on real estate investing for passive income, how to live your dream life, how to get out of the rat race if you so desire. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you on the next one.